Have you ever looked at your paycheck, seen a good, solid number, and felt a moment of relief? Only to look at your bank account 2 weeks later and wonder where it all went? It's a deeply frustrating feeling. You work hard, you earn a decent living, but you're still living paycheck to paycheck with nothing to show for it but stress. You're told the problem is your budget, or that you need to cut back on lattes, but what if I told you that's a lie? What if the reason you're broke isn't just your habits, but a series of carefully designed traps? Today, we're not just listing expenses. We're exposing the silent thieves and the psychological prisons engineered to drain your wealth, and we're going to reveal the forbidden money drains that no one has the guts to talk about. Let's start with the most deceptive thief of all, the invisible leaks. The official advice tells you to watch out for small subscriptions and dining out too often. But it fails to tell you that this is a deliberate system engineered to work against you. It's death by 1,000 monthly cuts. That $15 streaming service, that $10 fitness app, that $20 meal kit, they don't feel like much on their own. That's the point. Companies have mastered the art of the set it and forget it model. They know that once you sign up, life gets in the way and you'll keep paying for things you don't use out of sheer apathy. Combine that with grabbing lunch at work or ordering dinner after a long day, and you're not just spending money. You're paying a convenience tax that quietly bleeds hundreds, if not thousands, of dollars from your account every year. This isn't a failure of your discipline, it's a victory for their business model. But the small leaks are nothing compared to the massive holes we blow in our own financial ship, all in the name of looking successful. This is the status trap, and it's perhaps the most effective way to become a high-earning poor person. Society tells you that when you get a good job, you need the symbols to prove it: a shiny new car, a bigger house, and a better neighborhood. But here's the brutal truth: you're not buying an asset, you're buying an image, and you're paying for it with your freedom. That new car loses a huge chunk of its value the second you drive it off the lot, yet you're shackled 2 years of payments, interest, and higher insurance. That mortgage you qualified for doesn't mean you can afford it. It means the bank calculated the absolute maximum they could squeeze out of you. You end up house rich but cash poor, a prisoner in your own home. The chase for status, fueled by social media and the pressure to keep up, is a financial trap designed to make you look rich to others while ensuring you feel broke on the inside. And how do most people pay for this trap? With the most insidious financial product ever invented, the credit card. This brings us to the dopamine debt cycle. They sell you on convenience, rewards, and emergency funds, but what they're really selling is a modern addiction. Every time you make an impulse purchase, that gadget on Amazon, those clothes from a flash sale, your brain gets a tiny hit of dopamine. It feels good. The problem is the pleasure fades in minutes, but the debt remains for years. Credit card companies have engineered a perfect psychological loop. They encourage the impulse, provide the means to satisfy it instantly, and then punish you for it with crushing, double-digit interest rates. It's a system designed to fail you. They know that if you only make the minimum payment, you could be paying for a simple dinner for over a decade. It's a quiet, devastating cycle of spending money you don't have to buy things you don't need, all while your future earnings are siphoned away to the bank. But perhaps the most cunning villain in this story is the one that disguises itself as a reward. You get a promotion, a raise, a new job. Congratulations, you've just walked straight into the golden handcuffs of lifestyle inflation. This is the single greatest destroyer of long-term wealth, and it's so deceptive because it feels earned. You start making more money, so you think, I can finally afford a nicer apartment, a better car, more expensive vacations, but you're not actually getting ahead, you're just upgrading your prison. By immediately matching your expenses to your new income, you erase any financial progress you could have made. Your baseline cost of living rises, and you're right back where you started, living paycheck to paycheck, just with shinier toys. It's a trap that ensures no matter how much you earn, you will never be free. You're still on the hamster wheel, it's just a little more golden. Now, it's time to talk about the drains that the financial gurus are too scared to mention. These are the forbidden money sins, the ones that hit too close to home. First, let's talk about the relationship tax. In online discussions and comment sections, a brutal reality often surfaces. One of the fastest ways to go broke is to be with the wrong person. This could be a partner who is underemployed and relies on you to fund their lifestyle, or someone who is simply reckless with money, dragging you into their financial chaos. And then there's the ultimate financial bomb, a costly divorce which can wipe out decades of hard work overnight. It's a deeply uncomfortable truth, but financial incompatibility can be just as destructive as any other form of betrayal. Next on the forbiddens list is the vice grip. Polite articles might mention entertainment costs, but the raw comments online tell the real story: addictions. Whether it's gambling at a casino, a dependence on alcohol or drugs, or even a heavy smoking habit, these aren't just expenses, they are financial black holes. The math is staggering. A serious gambling problem can erase a six-figure salary in a matter of months. Even a seemingly manageable habit, like a pack of cigarettes a day, can add up to tens of thousands of dollars over a decade. These vices are often hidden in shame, but their financial impact is devastating, trapping people in a cycle of earning money just to feed a habit that is actively destroying them. Finally, there are the anchors of obligation. These are the drains you didn't choose, but that hold you down all the same. We're talking about crippling student loan debt that follows you for decades, taking a significant chunk of your income before you can even think about saving. And, of course, taxes. It's the ultimate money drain that no one can avoid. The frustration is real. You work hard, you follow the rules, and yet it feels like a huge portion of your earnings vanishes before it ever hits your account. These anchors make building wealth feel like trying to swim with weights tied to your ankles. This brings us to our final and perhaps most tragic money drain: betting against yourself. Every time you say, "I'll deal with retirement later," or "I don't need that insurance, I'm healthy," you are making a massive gamble on a perfect, problem-free future. You're betting that you will never get into a serious accident, never face a major illness, and be physically able to work until the day you decide to stop. It is a bet that you are statistically almost certain to lose. Neglecting retirement savings is even worse. You're not just losing money. You're losing time, the one ingredient that makes compound interest so powerful. Delaying by just a few years can cost you hundreds of thousands of dollars in the long run. It is, without a doubt, the most short-sighted financial mistake a person can make. So, when you look at your empty bank account, know that you're not just fighting bad habits. You're up against a system of invisible leaks designed by corporations, a status trap fueled by society, a debt cycle engineered by banks, and the forbidden drains that we are too afraid to confront. A high salary doesn't make you rich, it just makes you a more profitable target for these silent thieves. True wealth was never about the size of your paycheck. It is about recognizing these traps for what they are and having the freedom to stop playing their game. The real question is, whose game will you choose to play? Theirs or your own?